Let's sit down and have a chat, shall we? First off, I enjoy the Supermarket Simulator game. I put nearly 90 hours into it, and although I've been letting the shop get a bit dusty as of late, it's a game I keep installed, looking forward to updates that the developer had been putting out. But let's be honest, a lot of the latest updates have been a bit less than stellar. The open world idea is great, but at first, the game's performance took such a large hit that frame rates began to drop into single-digit numbers. Thankfully, this has been fixed. Then we got vehicles to drive around online orders, which I absolutely hate doing for a simple reason. The driving controls are terrible. The handbrake barely works, there is no indication on where the city limits are other than a pop-up message, and it's easy to ignore this and veer right through the border, causing you and your vehicle to reset back inside the borders of the game. You also cannot manually move the camera around, which means that when you go to reverse, the camera snaps backwards awkwardly. Seriously, why isn't there an option to look around or even a first-person view blows my mind? At least the driving mechanics are fairly smooth, so I'll give the developers a point for that. As for the online orders, personally, I wish there was an option to disable them. They aren't the worst thing in the world, but it breaks my momentum on running my store, since you can't hire anyone to do this for you. If that was the case, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. Then we come to the multiplayer component, which was a welcome addition to the game, until we realized how buggy it could be. Running a store with a friend is fun, but when boxes start breaking the game, the fun starts to dwindle. I've run into issues where I try to pick up a box, but nothing happens, as if it doesn't exist. Products will be sold, but still visibly on the shelf, and the game counts it as if they aren't there, but still are, so you can't restock that shelf. Dirt will appear in areas of the shop that you haven't expanded to yet, causing your cleanliness gauge to drop. And God forbid that you touch the wrong cursed item and then need to restart the game because you can't pick up anything after that. Thankfully, none of this truly breaks the game forever, and other than some major frustrations and irritations with the glitchy online component, it can, for the most part, be overlooked to maintain a fun experience, either solo or with a few pals. But then we come to what has just been released on Friday, March 6th, 2026. DLC. This is going to be the main focal point of this video. Let me just come out and say it. I'm not completely opposed to DLC in games, but I don't buy them often, because most DLC just doesn't appeal to me. I don't give a crap about extra costumes, a new weapon skin, or extra experience in a game that I don't plan on playing past the completion of the single player mode. If there's a new map that gives me hours of extra play on a favorite game, then maybe we'll talk. But DLC is typically just not for me. I feel like DLC is just typically a cheap way to grab more cash from the players hooked on the game, with a lot of the DLC feeling that it should have been part of the original vanilla game. And don't even get me started on on-disc DLC. That's BS that should be illegal. But anyway, DLC for a supermarket sim. I wasn't completely opposed until I found out what the DLC actually entailed. All 7 pieces of content, that is. That's right, the developers didn't just release one DLC pack, they released 7 at the same time. A baker's half dozen, I suppose, which is fitting since one of the packs contains bakery content. The DLCs are a bakery, ice creamery, vending machines, clothing, electronics, everyday essentials, and hardware. Okay, we're getting off on the wrong foot here. The clothing, electronic, everyday essentials, and hardware DLCs include a total of 84 new products and 8 new shelf options. At $2 a pop, this isn't terrible, but I don't know. It still seems a bit pricey and money-grabby. These could have all been lumped into one more products DLC. Or even better, how about just adding them to the damn game? Seriously, one of the things I was really looking forward to was new products to add to my shelf. Granted, yes, I still need to unlock a few more licenses and expand my shop more because it's getting crowded, but I wanted to see more stuff to sell. But to put these in the DLC just to make a few extra bucks, I don't know, I'm a bit on the fence about this. $8 for 84 items isn't going to break your wallet, sure, but that's not the only DLC to talk about here. The vending machine is a cool idea. Place vending machines in town, fill them up, and earn more money. Simple. But is it worth $5? Considering that, like the real world, I hate going outside, I probably would find this annoying. But the bakery and ice cream DLCs are $7 each. Whoa, slow down here, Chief. $7 for a DLC in which you make ice cream? Or you can hire an ice cream lady to do it for you, which I most certainly would. or bake bread, or again, hire a baker to do it for you? So $7 each to have an automated AI worker perform a task that you probably don't want to do anyway, so you can keep your focus on stocking the shelves, earn profit? $7 each for that? Freaking seriously? Let me put all of this into perspective. The base game is $20. The total cost of the DLC packs, not including the discounts, is $26.93. Do we see the problem here? DLC of this caliber should not cost more than the base game in this case. It's not adding a ton of content, it's adding items that you can place on a shelf for more variety and more cash for your supermarket. That's it. If anything, that bakery and the ice creamery should be $2 each, and the rest should come with the base game. This is not the kind of thing that should be made into DLC, or hell, just bundle all 7 of these packs together for $5, or maybe put the 84 new items into one DLC for $1. I'd say that's more reasonable. Let me give you an example of DLC done right. I play a lot of Euro Truck Simulator 2. It's a great time killer, driving through the countrysides and highways, enjoying the peace and quiet. A lot of times I'll even throw up a YouTube video or a movie or something on my other monitor and watch that while playing. Probably not safe for the virtual world, but The game also sells for a base rate of $20, and yes, they have a ton of DLC available too, which, to be honest, it makes the game a lot more expensive than the base game. In the time of this video, in fact, there are 108 bits of DLC for a total price of about $353. It does seem a bit extreme until you find out what the DLC packs include. Sure, the truck skins that I don't care about exist, as well as a few realistically modeled trucks and extra cargo types. I hear what you're saying, but Reaper, what's the difference between extra content in the forms of items to place on a hook and a different cargo to haul around? A lot, actually. In Supermarket Sim, you place the item on the fixture and walk away. In Euro Truck, a lot of the other cargo types bring a new type of challenge to the roadways, whether it be a long piece of cargo that may be tricky to bring around cities, or a heavy piece of machinery that will test the engine of your vehicle as you're going up hills. But more importantly, there are multiple map packs in Euro Truck. These range anywhere from about $8 to $18, which may seem steep, but keep in mind these so-called DLCs could be more accurately called expansion packs. It's not just a simple new trailer full of products to haul, it's a whole new country to explore. I'm not ashamed to say that I've bought every single one of them. I love driving through the scenic Sweden or speeding through the beautiful forest near Slovakia. These maps give you hours upon hours of new content to explore, making them easily worth it to make driving across Europe even more fulfilling. But let's say driving isn't your thing. Or maybe you bring up the argument that the team behind Eurotruck is much larger than the small indie team at Nokta. Fine. Let me bring up one more example. TCG Card Shop Simulator. You know how many DLC sets there are for this game? 0. This dev keeps adding on more content for free. New shelves, new AI worker skills, an upcoming tournament option, the ability to grade cards. The updates keep coming to the base game, and at 0 cost to the consumer. This is how a retail business simulation style game should be. Stuff you can sell should be free. If they want to add a new map, or maybe even brand new trading card game with new full set of thousands of new cards, I can see them asking for $1 or $2, but not for a measly set of products that doesn't even hit the 100 mark. And now back to Supermarket Sim. If they were adding 500 new products, okay, maybe then I'll fork over the cash easily. But 84? Come on. So here's where we are. I enjoy the game. I do. But I don't know if I'm going to support this dev by buying the DLC. Personally, I just don't see the cost effectiveness of it. So you might be asking what I would support DLC-wise in a game like this. Alright, well maybe an old school arcade room on the side like many supermarkets of the 90s used to have. Maybe a farmer's market where you can sell your produce, which by the way was a free addition to the game. The produce, that is. How about a full-on deli, where you can slice lunch meat, make homemade sausage, or grind your own ground beef? What about a pizzeria? A smoke shop? There are better options than the measly offerings available right now. It's going to be hard for the dev to bounce back from this, as the latest reviews of the game have not been kind. I truly hope they see the error of their ways, and if they decide on DLC in the future, make it more worthwhile to the consumer. If I do buy the DLC here, which I may or may not, rest assured there will be a follow-up video to this. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think in the comments below. This is Reaper. Happy fragging.